Hi guys and welcome back
to our channel, Gotta Go Orlando.
Today we are looking at the brand new world's first surf coaster for 2023 at SeaWorld Orlando.
And we can't wait to hit the waves.
So Emma, name that coaster.
So the new name is Pipline.
This coaster has been manufactured by B&M and it's the new model of stand-up coasters. Now I have ridden a stand-up coaster before, Shockwave at Drayton Manor.
I've actually never ridden one, but obviously it's been a few years since that model came out. So hopefully with the new improvement, it will obviously be a much better
Oh, definitely.
coaster.
I feel like there is a lot more improvements on this, which we'll go into very shortly. But without further ado, let's check out the promo.
Enjoy, everyone.
So some of the key features I've noticed compared to the predecessor of this one is the open train look. The original trains were quite boxy and you felt kind of enclosed, and I've seen also some designs on paper where the trains had feet hooks, which kind of reminds me a little bit like a torture rack. Your body can stretch but your feet are fixed down. This one's quite open, you're stood on a board like a surfboard, so you're completely free to bounce up and down. The restraints. Now these are classed as dynamic restraints. As you see on these diagrams here, the seat is basically like almost like a saddle that sits between your legs. Then you've got the restraint what comes over your shoulders with a comfort collar, and then you're stapled into that saddle with a waist restraint. Very similar to the Manta, which you find quite comfortable, don't you?
Yes, I definitely do.
Now I think the magic within this restraint and seat is the back column. Now the original back column used to move up and down on a stand-up roller coaster, but that was just there to basically adjust for height, where this one actually moves up and down throughout the ride.
Just like what you would be doing on a surfboard.
Yeah, and it's going to really give you a strange experience, because obviously when you hit airtime hills, your feet are actually going to lift off the surfboard deck, giving you that total like airtime floaty feeling. So let's look at the ride experience. Once you roll out of the station, you will be met with your first part of the coaster, which is the launch section. This will be done with LIMs. You'll be launched up to 60 miles per hour, and you'll be met with the first little airtime hill within that launch, which I think will tease how the seats will go just before you hit the 110 foot tall hammerhead wave, which at the back end of that you should again at 110 feet be lifting off the coaster train and that floaty sensation. Then you'll come straight back down to earth, and then you'll hit this splash pad. I don't know if you're going to get wet in this splash pad.
I think you sort of need to.
I think it'll be like Manta. You know, like when Manta flies by that pool of water and you get a little bit of a drenching. But yeah, so you hit that splash pad and then you launch back up. The only inversion on the ride, and I'm going to call it the pipeline, the roll. I think this is the main key feature of this coaster. Now, dependent on the pacing, whether you're going to get some hang time there, and that's when that seat again will sort of extend right out because you'll be upside down, so your feet will be nowhere near the deck of the train, and then you'll come whooshing back down for the second half of the coaster. So the majority of the second half of the ride is quite low down to the ground. Wave-like bends and turns which will lay close to the ground and give you the sensation of speed, motion of surfing. Real nice banking and smooth transitions as you surf and lift off your board and land back on your feet.
This will be the 4th coaster at SeaWorld Orlando, manufactured by B&M Coasters at SeaWorld, like Manta, Mako and Kraken. We know this will be a very smooth experience and enjoyable. In total now, SeaWorld Orlando has 6 coasters. This will be their 7th coaster, edging its way to the park being the coaster capital of Orlando.
So unfortunately, this is not going to be a suitable ride for children under the height of 54 inches, which is the requirement of this ride. So unfortunately, we have to wait again for a kids ride to come along.
Everyone, let us know in the comments below, after this coaster, what coaster would you like to see at SeaWorld Orlando?
So as in previous plans, the coaster was meant to be the new entrance, and I don't think they're going for a new entrance in these plans.
This sort of a look, we've even been on a Google Maps because you can even go into the map and walk around, and it was a bit of a dead space for a while, so I can understand this is a perfect spot for the brand new coaster. But like I say, there was meant to be a new entrance, but we've not heard anything about that entrance.
No.
So we're presuming for right now they're going to keep that original entrance. Maybe in the future they'll change it, but like I say, we've not heard anything, we've not seen anything, nothing anywhere. So
what's great about this coaster and what SeaWorld really needed was a coaster that was visible from the parking lot. And what I would say is SeaWorld's majority of coasters are hidden towards the back of the park, which are not visible from the car parking lot. So coming in now, you're going to be able to see a coaster when you pull up in that car parking lot, and I think it's just going to make the park look spectacular.
Like we said before, I think it's just a great addition, especially at this bit of the park, because it was a bit of a like dead space. It was just sort of a, like, they used to have tables and like a little stage area, nothing really big. So it means where you've got the stage just at the right hand side where they put performances and they do their like their Halloween and their summer events. It's just going to be a great addition to this end of the park. And like I said before, it now means instead of you always going maybe to like Manta and the other rides, you can maybe cut round this way and maybe start your day at this side and then go on to Icebreaker.
You'll have the option.
I know,
left or right when you go in the park.
I know, you'll be able to have that option, but I definitely think it's a great addition, and it's perfect for the park. I mean, with like a surfing sort of, it is a water park, so
yeah.
Not like a water park, but you know what I mean, like a water
One thing I would say
park,
about the ride is completely opposite to maybe the majority of the rides in SeaWorld, is this ride's going to have some really great photo points, because literally this ride travels right across the majority of the footways. So if you're walking by it, and even in some areas it goes over, especially in that inversion, you go right over and there's a little plot of land where you can look right up. It's going to be really spectacular for that.
I feel like when they've been designing it, if you look at the picture right now, you can see that little bit of water here right by the station. I feel like when they've been designing it, they've looked at like Manta again,
yeah,
where you've got that big bit of the water where you can get those amazing photos. I feel like they've thought, we need to get let people get amazing photos, and the good thing is it's within the whole coaster's within the park.
Yeah, and the walkways as well.
It's not like Kraken and stuff where, don't get wrong, you get amazing photos of Kraken as well, and
it's
that
kind
spiral,
of pushed away around the back of it.
It's at the back, so like I say, you'll be able to get amazing photographs on this ride, and it's going to be so fun to see people standing up on a coaster.
Yeah.
One thing we're looking forward to is be able to walk all the way around the park as well. I mean, I feel like obviously you've been cut off where you have to walk all the way back on yourself. This is one thing I think a lot of our friends and everything's been talking about. It's going to be nice to be able to walk all the way around the park.
Yeah, it's going to definitely
again.
free up that circular motion around the park, where you can sort of walk from one side all the way around the lagoon to the other side, and then continue and go in a circle, which will make the flow of the park a bit easier, and also maybe in the future they won't need the bridge as much.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's great to have that bridge, because obviously when the full park is open, it's a great way to cut back through. But I mean, sometimes I feel like Icebreaker is sort of forgotten about because it's right at the very end. But it's going to be nice because it means if you want to start your day at that side of the park, you'll be able to start your day at that side, and it's going to be so much easier to be able to go all the way around. And this is something that I've been really looking forward to, because it means we can go all the way around the park, and it's really great. So everyone, we cannot wait to ride this new coaster. Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are on Pipline. Thank you so much everyone for joining us. If you have enjoyed, please give us a big thumbs up and subscribe if you are new here, and click on that notification bell that will let you know when any new vlogs are out. Plus, check out all our social medias. Everything is in the links below. Plus, on top of all of that, we have got our website, gottagoorlando.com, where we post everything Orlando news, and we post everything about SeaWorld. So if you want to know anything else about SeaWorld, check it out now.
Don't forget our Patreon. Get your name at the end of this video and all of our videos in the future. And don't forget to check these 2 videos out.
So everyone, it is TikTok.
Gotta go.
Gotta go Orlando. Bye.
Bye. Surf's up.